Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Skidmore's Giving Day. I am joined now by Beth Post-Lundquist, Director of Financial Aid, who's here to talk to us about how the financial aid process works here at Skidmore. You know, as we all know, the cost to attend college is an important topic for many families of high school students across the United States right now. And I think it's important to note that over 40% of our students rely on financial aid to attend Skidmore, and it makes days like these ever more critical with the support of our alumni, parents, and friends. So thank you again to everyone who has participated thus far. So welcome, Beth.
Thank you.
So wonderful to have you here.
Thanks so much. Good to be here.
Well, why don't we just start out? What is financial aid?
Financial aid is really just simply funds that are made available to students and their families to help them afford a college education, in this case at Skidmore.
Mm-hmm. Great. And so who is eligible to apply for financial aid here?
At Skidmore, anyone's eligible to apply for financial aid. International students are limited to Skidmore assistance, but U.S. Citizens and permanent residents can also be considered for federal and state grants and loans and student employment. All of our information about applying for financial aid and deadlines are right on our financial aid website, skidmore.edu/financial aid.
Great. And what would a typical package include for a Skidmore student?
A typical package includes grants, which is just gift money given to the student to help them afford it. It also probably would include student loans, and the typical amount is $5,500 in that. And student employment, just a part-time job on campus where a student can earn some funds and help defray personal expenses or save up those funds for books, for example, for the following semester.
Good. And what is the percentage of students currently receiving financial aid from Skidmore?
The typical percentage of students who qualify for our need-based grant assistance is 42%. It can go as high as 44 some years, maybe 41, but it's usually right around 42%. Mm-hmm. That number does get closer to 50% if you go beyond the Skidmore need-based grant assistance and include awards from the federal and state government as well.
Mm-hmm. And I lost my thought. What is the average package amount typically?
The average package for this year was $39,000 just in Skidmore grant. Again, that's need-based, so it depends upon the family's financial circumstances. In addition to that, the $5,500 federal student loan. The federal government lends students funds and at a low interest rate that they repay over time as a way to help the student finance part of their own educational experience. And then student employment awards are usually $2,000 a year. Again, maybe 8 or 9 hours a week a student would work at minimum wage in order to earn that $2,000.
Mm-hmm. And before we get to our next question, I forgot to mention that Beth is willing to take questions from our audience. So if you'd like to submit a question, you can just click on our chat button or go to #SkidForLife. Are there merit-based scholarship opportunities for Skidmore students?
We do have a couple of non-need-based grants or scholarships. One is called the Filene Music Scholarship, and it's a music competition held on campus and coordinated by our music department. The winner receives $12,000 a year in scholarship, and that's awarded without regard to a family's financial circumstances. The second one we have is called the Porter Presidential Math and Science Scholarship. That's awarded based on exemplary accomplishment in math or science in the high school for admitted applicants. And that's $15,000 a year. And again, that's awarded without regard to a family's financial circumstance.
Good. Has Skidmore seen an increase in the need for financial aid among its students?
We have seen an increase in the need for financial aid. Part of the determination of whether a family qualifies for Skidmore grant assistance is based on the family circumstances, but also the cost of education plays a part in the determination of that need. So as colleges' costs increase over time, the demand for financial aid increases as well. In fact, Skidmore's grant budget has doubled in the past 10 years, and so we've made a significant investment in our grant assistance to help families continue to afford our education. That said, the demand for the need for grant assistance to help keep us affordable, an affordable option for families, has outpaced are significant investments. So there is increase in need, and any help we can get, we appreciate.
Mm-hmm. And again, it's days like this
Right.
that are one of the reasons that we have giving days to help with that assistance. What are some of Skidmore's financial aid price points?
We do have very sound and solid supportive financial aid policies. For example, the average indebtedness of our students who graduate, who have borrowed federal student loan, is about $6,000 less than the national average, or 20% less than the national average. So we try to do what we can to keep indebtedness at a reasonable level for our students. In addition to that, any student on campus can work on campus. At other institutions, those funds are often very limited, and that's not the case. But at Skidmore, if a student needs to pick up a few hours to help make ends meet, or to help defray maybe their, as I said, book expenses, they can do that on our campus, which is a great benefit for our students. And I think the other thing that's really worth pointing out is that Skidmore has quite a commitment and prioritizes global education. And so we encourage our students to take a semester abroad if they can. At Skidmore, if a student who's a financial aid recipient wants to take a semester abroad and is in an approved program, of which we have over 150, their financial aid travels with them.
Wow.
So it continues to be an affordable option for students. You know, again, we want to see our students participate in this global education, and so we try to make it affordable for them.
That's great. And I think, and as a result, we have over 60% of our students who
Right,
do study abroad, and so that's a great. Is that something that's unique to Skidmore, or
it's not
as common?
It's not as common, I would say. It's not. It's definitely not unique, but it's not found at every college, and it's really a benefit to our students.
Mm-hmm. Well, wonderful. This has been so great having you here.
Thank you.
Thank you so
great.
much for stopping by.
My pleasure.
And we will be back soon.